Hey friends, I lost my intro footage to this video, so I'm going to show you the name brand wigs website. This wig is Gabor Sensation in the color Honey Mist. You can see what she looks like on the product page, and look at all the colors she comes in. So the one I'm reviewing is Honey Mist, and if you want to know more about this basic cap wig, you see she retails for about $140. I have a 30% off coupon code, which will get this to about $100. Then stick around. I would like to thank Name Brand Wigs for sending me Sensation so I could show her to all of you. They're a wonderful online retailer that really supports the wig wearing community, and I'm grateful to partner with them on so many wig reviews so that I can give you guys as much information as possible and help you make good purchasing decisions. I do have some details below, as well as a link to this piece and a coupon code that will save you 30%. So drop down the description box below to find those things. That coupon code will save you on many of the name brands that Name Brand Wigs carries. So it's a great way to save some money on these pieces. And like I said, this one is more budget friendly. With that 30% off coupon code, her price is about I think I wrote down $98.19. So definitely an affordable piece. I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the struggles I'm having with this one though, and some tips. But first, let's take a look at her from all sides. All right. I know many of you are looking for low density, little to no permatease wigs. Especially if you're new to wig wearing and you suffer from hair loss. All wigs can feel really overwhelming in the beginning. So looking for low density pieces, looking for little to no permatease really does help a lot as you get used to wearing wigs and start seeing yourself in a little bit more hair. Unfortunately, when it comes to a basic cap wig, little to no permatease along with low density can cause some issues with seeing wefting. One solution to that is to purchase rooted colors or darker colors, but on a blonde like this with no rooting, you can kind of see down. Now, you have to get pretty close to see it, and it only is visible in certain angles. Kind of, I think I might have hit it right there. If this piece were rooted, I can almost guarantee that you would not see that. So that is really the double-edged sword of density and permatease, because you don't want to see the cap typically. And so if you're looking for those things, I think usually finding a piece with monofilament or a mono part can help with that along with the rooted colors. But some of you don't want to buy rooted colors and you like the lighter blondes. So one of the things that I like to do with basic cap wigs, especially if you're new and you're overwhelmed by every wig and you feel like they're all too poofy on the top, headbands are the perfect solution. And I love these cloth covered headbands. They're just perfect with wigs. So if you wind up with a basic cap wig that has either a little bit of wefting showing or visible permatease, throw a headband on that piece and that is going to make all the difference. You know, when we're purchasing wigs, sometimes we just don't know what we're going to get. And if you're budget shopping and you maybe buy a piece on clearance or you buy a piece on the secondary market like eBay or some of the Facebook groups, sometimes you can't return those pieces. So you may be looking at this one right now and thinking, oh, I'm not going to get that because you can kind of see the wefts on Denise's piece. If it's rooted, I really don't think that's the case, but sometimes you do make a purchase and you can't return it. So learn how to work with them so the purchase isn't completely lost. And you have the bonus of a cute, easy style, a way to change up your wigs. And these work with every wig I've ever tried. I will link my Amazon store. I have a section of my store where I've listed all my favorite headbands. So if you are curious or maybe you need a headband, these are ones that are tried and true and I love them. Another option would be to use hair fibers. So my favorite brand is SureThick Fibers, and they come in many different colors. Hair fibers were actually my solution to hair loss for almost 20 years before I discovered wigs. They do a great job of hiding bald spots on your head or thinning patches and adding some density to your wigs or to your hair, because the static electricity kind of helps them to cling to it, but they can also work with wigs. So find some fibers if you find yourself with wigs that you're struggling with, and you can shake a little bit of fibers right in the trouble areas, and that will help a lot as well. So I definitely think there are things you can do with it. And in this piece in particular, darker colors and rooted colors, I mean, it is a bestseller. So people love this wig. I do think it's just this color, which in some ways I'm grateful that this is the color that they sent me so that I can actually give you guys this information. Wig wearing is hard enough. Then you add on top of that not knowing what to do, and so that's why I'm here, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to tell you about this today. Like I said, this is a lower density piece with really very little permatease. It does have some, but when I do this, I'm really not feeling poofy, pillowy permatease. I can feel straight down to cap, so it is really the bare minimum of permatease, and the low density makes this feel super, super natural. The hair fibers are nice and wispy. It's just a really beautiful, short, curly piece that I think is gonna work for a lot of people if you like short hair. And again, I've given you some tips if you do wind up with a piece where you can see a little bit of those wefts or the cap. And you know, there are some variations wig to wig, so you may get a piece even in this exact color where you're not seeing the same things that I'm seeing. So if you have sensation, please leave your experience with it in the description, because I think it's really helpful to get this feedback, but I'm only one person and other people may have a different experience. And this piece is made with regular synthetic fibers, so really easy shake and go. Let's actually look inside the cap so I can show you. When I say that it's a basic cap, otherwise known as a machine-made cap, this is what I mean. Just no bells and whistles. It does keep that price point down. Like I said, it's under $100 if you use a 30% off coupon. We've got a lot of hair sewn in on these ear tabs, which gives you really good coverage on the sides. That's important if you've got bio hair and maybe your bio hair doesn't blend with the color of the wig that you have, like mine doesn't. Having more coverage on the sides really helps hide that. We don't have an extended nape, and we've got Velcro adjusters. And I actually do need to cinch this in a little bit because it is fitting me a little bit large. We'll talk about fit here in a second, but I just pulled those in just a little bit, and the rest of this is open wefted. It is such an incredibly lightweight piece. I didn't actually look to see what it weighs, but my guess is it weighs around 2.5 ounces or so. So it's a really lightweight piece. If you get hot in wigs, finding a really lightweight piece like this where the hair is off your neck can help with that a lot. So let's talk about fit. Gabor runs very true to average. I would say that if you have generally average head measurements, this is going to be a wig that will fit you. I actually have a 21¼ circumference, so I'm actually on the small end, like sort of average petite, almost leaning toward petite, and I do have a very petite over the top of my head measurement. If you've never measured your head, I have a video showing you how to do that in my new wig wearers series. It is critical that you measure not just your circumference, but your hairline to nape and ear to ear at a minimum so that you can make good decisions on what wigs will fit you. I get extra cap up here, not a ton. It's still very comfortable, but because I do have such small measurements, that's telling me that this is running typical to Gabor, which is very true to average. And Gabor wigs tend to have a lot of stretch, especially in these basic cap pieces. So this wig is going to, I think, fit a lot of people. With all that hair, it really works to hide my bio hair. So look at my measurements below and compare them to yours to help you know what might fit you and what might not. So to summarize, I do think this is a really darling piece. I can see why it's a bestseller between the price and the just shake and go nature of it. I am having a little bit of trouble with the piece that I have, seeing down to the wefting just a little bit, just right here, not anywhere else on this piece. So if you wear light colors like this, you might get one that doesn't show it as much as mine. They are somewhat mass produced, but not like clothing. Then keep in mind the tips that I gave you to work with it, and don't be afraid. And again, it is a bestseller, so I think a lot of people really do love it. Let's talk about color. Honey Mist. The code is G16+. Now, this is what I would consider a neutral to warm blonde. It seems to me, I don't have any like specific description, but it seems to me that we've got a medium blonde, And then we've got light blonde highlights. It's almost like these waves are tipped with light blonde. Now the medium blonde does lean warm, almost a yellow blonde, but not quite. And you can see it's darker at the base, and then it gets a little bit lighter, and then those highlights really brighten it up on the top and the front. And it also leans it more toward neutral. So if you're looking for ashy, whoops, I tripped on something. If you're looking for ashy, don't buy this one. It's not ashy. But if you like your blondes more, a little bit warm, but more neutral, you know, you like kind of the medium blonde, this is a really beautiful color. And there are other wigs by Gabor that come in this color. So it's helpful to get that information if you're looking at another style in the future. Let's get outside so you can see this color outside. Thanks once again to Name Brand Wigs. I appreciate you guys. Talk to you soon. All right, here we go with this color outside. And you can see that's kind of a challenge with this one. You know, it's such a double-edged sword. Low density, little permatease. Sometimes that's what happens. But you may find another wig in this color if this isn't the one for you. And so hopefully that's helping you get a good look. Thanks for watching. Hey friends, thanks so much for watching. Here are a few videos I think you might enjoy. Go ahead and click on one and watch.